In the glittering underbelly of Atlanta's theater district, the Majestic Theater pulsed like a living heart. Lights blazed across a stage dressed in blood-red velvet. Every smile hid a secret. Every dream was paid for in blood. And on opening night, death itself would dance in perfect time. Nia Okoro stood before the mirror backstage, slowly wiping away her stage makeup. Cold water stung her face. She stared at her reflection, eyes hard with determination. I can do this. This role was made for me. The play was Echoes of the Ancestors, a powerful new work blending African diaspora folklore with modern Southern Gothic. Nia had fought for the lead, the Spirit Queen, a role that could finally launch her career. But the competition was vicious. During rehearsal, Nia and the other dancers moved through the intricate traditional steps fused with contemporary choreography. Their feet didn't quite hit the rhythm yet. Director Kwesi Mensah watched from the shadows, then clapped sharply. "Okay, ladies, that's enough for today." His voice echoed. "Next week we lock in our Spirit Queen. Submit your final audition tapes to Richard by tomorrow." In the dressing room, the chatter hit Nia like knives. "Girl, why even bother applying?" One dancer laughed. "That role has Aisha's name written all over it." Aisha Adebayo flashed a perfect smile, glowing under the lights. Tall, graceful, connected. "Y'all are too much. But yeah, I've been working with Kwesi extra hours. He says I have that presence." Nia sat on the bench, staring at a strange small cut on her palm she didn't remember getting. The laughter around her burned. Later that night, in her small apartment, Nia read the text from her father. Last month. "If you don't get selected, we're done waiting. Time to come home and get married." Tears welled up. Then the doorbell rang. No one was there. As she turned back inside, an icy wind brushed her face. Her phone, sitting safely on the table moments ago, was now soaking wet. Water pooled from the pitcher beside it. The screen stayed black no matter how many times she tried to restart it. The next day at the theater office, Nia submitted her application. Aisha had just left, flashing that condescending half-smile. The clerk, an older man named Marcus, looked at her form and chuckled. "You sure about this? Kwesi's got Aisha locked in. Save yourself the embarrassment, sweetheart." Something dark flickered behind Nia's eyes. Her voice dropped. "Just take the damn application." Marcus suddenly looked terrified. Sweat beaded on his forehead. His hands shook as he accepted the papers. "Why, yes, ma'am. All set." Nia left confused, but the strange fear in his eyes lingered. Auditions narrowed to Nia and Aisha. Producer Jamal Hargrove sat in the back row smoking a cigar, watching coldly beside Kwesi. After the group left, Jamal leaned in. 7 years since that last mess. I need this show to be flawless. Aisha's the safe choice. Groom her. Kwesi hesitated. What about Nia? The girl's got raw talent. Jamal's eyes narrowed. Talent ain't enough. You remember what happens when I'm not confident in my investment, right? Favor for a favor don't last forever. That night, Aisha cornered Nia in the dressing room, grabbing her by the throat. Withdraw. You're embarrassing yourself. Before Nia could fight back, a pale, gaunt hand seized Aisha's wrist. The woman in white, the same eerie figure Nia had seen standing motionless on the empty MARTA platform, stood there, hair covering her face. Aisha screamed. She was hurled backward, skull cracking against the tiled wall. She collapsed, lifeless. Nia fled into the rainy night, clutching her throat. Days later, Aisha's body was zipped into a black bag outside the theater. Jamal and Kwesi watched from under an umbrella. On the empty MARTA platform, Nia sat soaked, sobbing, hugging her bag. But something had changed. Alone on stage during private rehearsal, Nia danced like never before. Fluid, powerful, possessed. Her movements were perfect. Beside her shadow on the floor moved another pair of bare feet in perfect sync. The pale woman danced with her, guiding every step like a marionette master. When Kwesi stormed and furious about Aisha's accident, he grabbed Nia's shoulders. I know you had something to do with it. Nia's head tilted unnaturally. When she looked up, her eyes were wrong. Pupils pinpricks. A demonic smile spreading across her face. Or what, baby? She whispered in a voice that wasn't entirely hers. You gonna kill me too? Kwesi stumbled back in horror. Layla, you're dead. You're dead. He fled to his car, speeding away in panic, only to lose control on a wet curve and slam into a concrete divider. The truth came in a blinding vision. 7 years earlier, Layla Okoro, Nia's distant cousin and a rising star, had gotten pregnant by Jamal. When she threatened to expose his affairs and shady side businesses, Jamal, his wife Maya, and Marcus the clerk murdered her. They beat her, drowned her in a bucket, and dumped her body. Now Layla's spirit had found Nia. On opening night, the theater was packed. Nia performed like a goddess, the audience mesmerized. Meanwhile, upstairs in the private box, Jamal and Maya were dragged toward the restroom by unseen hands. Their heads were smashed into the mirror. Glass shattered. Blood ran. As the final act ended, their bodies, along with Marcus's, crashed down from the rafters onto the stage in front of the screaming crowd. Weeks later, Nia visited Kwesi in the hospital. He was broken but alive. So you know everything now, he whispered. I do, Nia said softly. And I know you didn't kill her. You just stayed quiet. Kwesi looked at her with tired eyes. I'm restarting the show. New investors. Will you be part of it? Nia smiled, the same gentle smile she always had, but something ancient and cold lingered behind her eyes. Of course. As she left the hospital room, the pale figure of Layla stood at the end of the hallway, smiling with satisfaction. The spotlight always casts a shadow, and some shadows never leave. What did you think of this chilling tale of ambition, revenge, and the spirits that watch from the wings? If you love dark stories where the stage hides deadly secrets and the dead demand justice, hit that subscribe button on Eerie Narratives and turn on notifications. New terrifying stories drop weekly. What should I tell next? Drop your ideas in the comments. Sweet dreams, if you can.